Welcome back, artists. Valentine's Day is close at hand, and in celebration of that fine holiday, I'm going to do a bouquet of roses. I'm going to do this for my mom and take it up to her on Valentine's Day. Just a row of pink roses. Mom always loved roses. Put some red centers in them, a little bit of rose off here with a ribbon on it, on the vase. Just a nice simple composition. So I've done the first part of it to get started, which is the basic sketch. Now I'm going to come back in and with my watercolor graphite and grab some of my darks. I find this very helpful to establishing my values, which is important and helps make the piece read properly. The main thing I want to do is get my main dark areas and then enough of my midtones to hold the piece together. I don't have to be perfect, but I want to get enough of it. I paint in a loose style, so if I'm off a little bit, that's perfectly fine. The human eye will correct my errors. All right, so there we go. I've laid out my values using my watercolor graphite. I've grabbed my dark areas and enough of my midtones to hold the piece together. Now let's start in on our watercolors. And in watercolors, we move from the lightest colors to the darkest colors. And I'm just going to start here with my ribbon. Okay, so there we are. That's the yellow. We'll come back and loosen it up at the end. Let's move on to the pink. All right, there's the pink. Now let's come back with our red, a darker red, alizarin crimson in this case, and help darken some of the shadow areas. It should still look pink when we're done if we're successful, and if not, then we have red roses instead of pink roses. Either one is fine. When you're painting loose like that, that's part of the joy of doing this. Okay, there's our pink, or there's our red rather, pardon me. All right. Scrape a little bit. A little too dry, I think, actually. All right, let's add some green to complete our imagery. I'll alternate between both sap green, which is the lighter green that I was just using, and viridian, which is the color I'm using now. Let the two mix together. Kind of fun to push colors a little bit. I think it makes it a little more exciting. And when you're doing impressionistic painting like this, I think it makes it a little bit more enjoyable because it invites the human eye to complete the image. Okay, moving towards our darks now, getting more blues involved. Green has blue in it, so I'll charge my green with some blue here. This is Prussian blue. little bit of cerulean blue. In my view, this is a glass vase. So add a little cerulean blue and touch it with some cobalt. My source of light is from my upper left side off the corner of the paper. I'm going to develop my shadows a little bit more here in my, also around my piece, like my bow here. And just a little bit of blue. That's the basic painting. Fast and loose, I know, but I like it like that. Let's add in our background, just enough to give it some context. Okay. Now on a whim, I think I'm going to do some splattering. It just gives a little bit of extra texture and interest, which I like. So what I do is I load up my brush, get it super wet. Now my paper is very, very wet, so this is not, this is gonna, unless it lands in a dry area, it's gonna do this kind of stuff. So on second thought, I need to let it dry a little bit. Okay, the paper's dried more now. Let me try some splattering again. I'm going to add a little blue this time. Load up my brush. This is Prussian blue. Bring a little bit. You don't need much, just a little bit. Here and there. For a little added interest. I'll try my red again. This is alizarin crimson. Okay. All right. I like that. I'm going to stop there. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much. If you like this, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And if there's any questions, please put those in the comments. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.